everyone, Megan here. I usually do my live videos on my phone. Today I'm actually going to do it on my computer, so that way I can look at some of the questions that you guys asked me before. So today's topic is about what do you tell your child when they ask why they were born with a bad or special heart and not my siblings. It's a hard topic to talk about. And I meant to call my mom and ask her if I had this problem. Should have done that first. But I don't recall ever asking why my sisters didn't have a bad heart like I did, or a special heart. It's an interesting topic to talk about because not everyone really knows what to say. And I posted the question on my page just to see if you guys have had this issue or talk to your kids about why their siblings don't have a special heart or not. And I did get quite a few of you guys tell me what they've said, and some of the kids even came up with stuff on their own. I remember as a kid when I met my best friend, who was my maid of honor. She even remembered the story when we talked about it. We met at Latchkey, which is like a before and after school program for kids at school. This was like first grade, and we were putting our stuff away, and she saw my scar. She asked me, what is it? Why do I have this scar? And apparently I told her that I was attacked by a shark. And after that, she told me that she thought I was special and that we should be best friends. Well, true thing is that we were best friends and we still are best friends. So it's kind of a funny little weird story. Anyway, so what do you tell your child when they ask why I was born with a bad special heart and not my siblings? It's a difficult topic because you don't really know how to explain it. It's more of, how do we explain this without being scary at the same time? Because when I was in 8th grade, a lot of you already know this story, I had to do a research project for school, and I chose to do it on HLHS. And researching it freaked me out. I thought I was gonna die. I totally was scared, didn't really understand it. And that's when I had to talk to my mom about it, because I never really asked questions, I guess. I just kind of lived with it, and then when I had to do the research, I didn't really like it. So then my mom explained it to me that, some people are born with this, some people are born with different heart defects than you have, and this is what you were given because God knows that you can do it, is basically what she said. And I honestly believe that. Why would I be given this heart defect if I can't do it? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's also a good way to say it, is that you wouldn't be given this heart problem if you couldn't deal with it. So I thought, okay, yeah, I got this. If I was dealt these cards, then I'm gonna do it. That took a long time for me to accept that, because let's see, 8th grade, and I still hid my scar till I graduated high school. So what, 5 years? It took a while because I didn't, for one, want to accept it, and two, I didn't want other people to know about it. And that's one thing I guess I really regret as a kid, is not sharing it, because why not? I mean, this is what I am. This is not everything I am. It's just part of me, and I'm much more than just my heart defect. Yeah, it's there and it's a part of who I am, but that's not just gonna describe me, So I wanted to read some of the other ones that parents said, because I thought they were awesome. I had one parent say kind of the same thing that my mom did. She said to her child, who has a heart baby and a twin. So there's two, but only one has a heart defect. And she said, so far I've just been honest. I don't know, sometimes things happen for no reason. But everyone has challenges. Some just start earlier or are more visible than others. This is one of your challenges in life, and you're already rocking it. I thought that was awesome. It's a great way to explain that everyone's different, and this is just the challenge that you got. And, you're starting it earlier than others. Another one was, this one was hilarious. I thought it was so cute. That her daughter's really into the movie Frozen, and she came up with this on her own, that her heart is frozen by ice magic. And that her brother, baby, is heart healthy, and she asked if his heart is frozen too, but mom said no, and that she's happy that he doesn't have to go back to the hospital. So this child came up with this all on her own, just like I did about the shark. But we all come up with a grizzly bear or a shark or a tiger or, something that scratched us. I don't know. We want it to be cool. And then another one said that I told my guy he was chosen special by God to help the younger kids survive longer than ever. Just that he has a special research number and is in a ton of medical books that helps doctors, medical students, and surgeons learn. So that's awesome. There's tons of different ways to talk to your kids about why they have this and their siblings or sisters or brothers don't. My sister is actually coming down for Christmas, so I'm thinking I could do a video with her about this topic and see, what she thought as a kid. I have videos with my mom and my husband. I could also do one with my dad. It's a hard topic to talk about because I know there's some kids that don't want the scar or don't like the scar or are ashamed of the scar or their voice. I was really ashamed of my voice for a long time. It wasn't necessarily my scar. It was my voice because it sounds like I'm sick all the time. And just the other day I got asked if I had laryngitis, and I was like, no, I don't. This is just my voice. But in school, I didn't want to share that I had a scar because I was already bullied for my voice. So why just add to it is my why would I want to do that? So yeah, that's my little tidbit. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and comment because I can see them and I can respond to you. But yeah, and actually I was just talking with my husband about, this topic, and we're like, okay, when we have a kid and if they have to have, an open heart surgery, what are they going to think when I also have a scar and they have a scar, but he doesn't? It's going to be, how do I explain that he didn't have to have heart surgery, but you and I did, So that's going to be an interesting topic when and if that happens. And I'll have to probably ask questions for you guys when that happens. It's just interesting and something to think about, I guess. I'm not really thinking about that when I'm a kid, like, what do I have to tell my kid when that happens? Because I'm not sure if that kid's going to be heart healthy or they're going to have a CHD just like I do. So it'll be an interesting time when that happens. Are there any questions about this topic or any other topics? Oh, and also an update on that bug bite. It's still there. It's not as bad. It was dark the other day, and it's getting better, which is nice. It's still itchy. I've never gotten that bad of a bug bite before, and it's driving me nuts. But yeah. Does anybody have any questions? If not, that's okay. Just make sure your child knows that they're not the only one. because that was probably the worst part for me. I thought I was alone, and I had this heart defect all by myself. I had no clue that anybody else was out there. I had no idea that there were so many adults like me. So knowing that someone else is out there online or even in person is amazing. The first time I ever met someone like me was when I was 23. And I really wish I didn't wait that long. You know, like knowing that there's other people out there, going to these conferences, meeting people who know exactly what you're going through is like something you can't describe. I don't know. It's like the best feeling in the world that you know there's someone else out there who goes through exactly the same stuff you do. What age did your parents let you know about your heart defect? My parents always told me about it, I guess. I mean, my older sister didn't have a scar and I did. So I kind of always knew I was different. I knew my voice was different. But I really didn't understand it till I was in 8th grade and did that research project. It was hard because, you know, researching is scary. And it's still scary for you parents. Did you develop severe anxiety, and how old were you when you did? So I feel like I've always had anxiety, but never, I guess, acknowledged it. And moving around, going to the doctor by myself sometimes was scary and hard. And I really realized I had anxiety when my first cath in May was terrifying. When I said I didn't want to be awake, I didn't want to remember anything, the anesthesiologist was like, okay, then we need to put a breathing tube down your throat, and that freaked me out. I started crying, I started breathing heavier, and I was just freaking out. And that's when I knew, like, holy crap, something could happen, and that's scary. But I think I've always had anxiety. I don't want to say it's severe. I mean, I could be just lying to myself, but I feel like it is sometimes. It's scary. Everyone has different anxiety. I think I have anxiety when it comes to the ER and going to the hospital. Like whenever I have chest pain and then my husband's like, do we need to go? And I'm like, no, I don't want to go. Not want to go. And it's hard because there's times where I'm like, okay, now I need to go. And that's when I go, but I still have anxiety walking in there thinking, okay, this is the time something bad's going to happen. But it's hard. I mean, I feel like we all have a little PTSD or anxiety when it comes to, you know, you as a parent dealing with this for your kid, or us as heart kids, you know, still going through all this stuff. My 9-year-old is now homeschooled because I need to keep her calm and positive. Was she having problems in school, like social anxiety? Do you remember your surgeries? I often worry that my daughter will have very vivid memories. I don't. I do not remember my surgeries at all. I don't remember anything from them. I only remember what my mom tells me, so that's pretty much all I really remember. And I'm kind of glad I don't remember, even though I feel like when I first had my cath in May, that's when things were like, oh, this shit is real. Sorry for the language, but, you know, oh my God, I'm being put under again, which I haven't been in like 25 years. So that is when, like, it got really scary. Sorry. It's just rethinking it is scary. And the fact that, you know, we still don't know what's wrong with me, why I'm having this fluid. is scary. And, you know, we deal with this all the time. You know, I'm having another cath in January. And I'm just hoping for answers all this time. But there's never answers. And I'm just sick of not having answers. It's annoying. It's sorry to cry, but it's really hard thinking, okay, something's wrong with me, but we have no idea what's causing all these problems. You know, and sorry, I don't mean to cry, but it's frustrating, it's annoying. I can't be outside very long because then my feet are like huge. You know, it's just annoying. And to have to deal with something that you don't even know what's happening, you know, I'm afraid my cardiologist isn't catching something, or, you know, I'm not doing something right. I just want to know why this is happening. And if my Fontaine's not failing, if my heart's looking fine, then what's the problem? I'm sick of, you know, having to take these medications every day. I'm sick of, oh, I forgot to take my meds, I gotta take them later. You know, having these reminders on my phone to take these, it's just annoying. And now I have tears all over my computer. Oh, sorry. Oh, thank you. It's just, I guess I've never really, it's just scary. You know, and I just want an answer. So I've been thinking of trying to get a second opinion here somewhere, probably Arnold Palmer or Florida Hospital, and see if, you know, they see something different that my cardiologist doesn't see. You know, it's just super frustrating and annoying. And, you know, us adults, we don't really know what's gonna happen. You know, like, hi, Rich. My friend Rich is joined, and I know he's going through a lot. And, you know, it's just scary when you have friends that are going through stuff too, and you think, okay, when's it my turn? You get so attached to these people that you don't want anything to happen to them. You know, and then when you hear that they're in the hospital, or, you know, need their Fontan revision or another cath or another surgery, it's hard because we don't know what's gonna happen. And you never want anything to happen to your friends. You know, they become family. I talk in this group with like 15 people every day. We talk about random stuff, but I don't know what would happen, you know, if something happened to one of them. I'd be so upset if, you know, anything happened. It's just, God, it's hard. It's, sorry to get so real on you guys. Did not plan that at all. It's just been, no, you know, as I'm sure it is for parents, it's hard not knowing what's going to happen to your kids, you know? And yeah, it's scary thinking about planning a family because I'm going to be either right beside you parents knowing exactly what's happening, and I don't know how my body's going to take it. I don't know what's going to happen. It's scary. Sorry, I'm reading your comments. Yes, I think I'm going to get a second opinion. I'm going to see if I can find, I know you guys have given me a lot of recommendations at Florida Hospital and Arnold Palmer Hospital. So I'll probably start there and just see what they say, give them cath results from all children's and just go from there. I don't want to say I'm concerned. I mean, I am, but I just don't want something bigger to be the problem. Yeah, my feet are swelling and it's annoying, but why are they swelling now? Why is it just starting this year? Why did this not happen before? That's what I'm concerned about. There's no answers. There's no answers on why this started in February for no reason and just got worse and worse and worse. And now I'm on, all these medications when I was just on aspirin. So it's just frustrating and annoying when, I've been on aspirin for 5 years and that was it. And now all of a sudden I'm on losartan and this S pill, I can't even pronounce it. And it's just annoying. And I just don't want it anymore. I'd love to go back to just being on aspirin, but it's just scary. I know what you mean, Rich. And then when I go for my appointment down at All Children's in October, my cardiologist said that if my feet can't get under control, with the swelling, with this new med, that they might put me on Coumadin. And I'm like, oh, it's just a lot. I'm only 27. Why am I dealing with all this? It's just hard. And you wonder, yeah, God gave me this because I know I can take it, but there's times that you just can't. You need to break down and wonder why this is happening. It's yeah, I can handle it. Yeah, now I'm more confident in myself than ever, but you question, why is this happening now? Why all of a sudden did my feet start swelling in February when I was fine? Did the change of jobs do something? Did, I don't know, Florida, the heat, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I've been in Florida for 2 years, and now it's just starting to happen in February? I don't know. Nothing makes sense. So it's weird and annoying and frustrating, and I don't know. There's times that you don't want to take your meds anymore. And I know I'm not the only adult. And I did that as a kid, not as a kid, as a teenager in high school. I didn't want to take my aspirin. Yes, it was just aspirin. But I was a rebellious teenager and didn't want to take my aspirin. So I didn't. And for 2 years at college, I didn't take it. And thinking back, is that why this is happening? Because I didn't take aspirin? There's just things you think about okay, did I cause this myself? Or is it just happening because it's time to happen. I don't know. And I've been talking with, other adults, and we've talked about at a certain age, things just start gradually happening. Like, this swelling on my feet is just random, and it just starts happening. And you're like, okay, what did I do? What caused this random change in my life? I used to be outside for hours, and now I'm outside for an hour and my feet look like balloons. I don't get it. It's just weird. So, and automatically with feet swelling, my mom is a nurse, so she's like, oh my God, you're in heart failure. Which of course freaks me out, but she's a nurse, so she's like, thinks ahead. So, and after that cath, when he said my Fontan was fine, my heart is fine, he just coiled off some collaterals, and then the next cath, we put a stent in my aorta, so I should be fine, but it's not. I'm still having swelling in my legs. It still has dents when I push on it. I can't be outside for that long. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, or, I feel like the medicine's not working, and I was on Lasix, and he upped my dose, and it still felt like it wasn't working. So now he put me on this other one, and it's been, like a month, not even, a few weeks, and I still feel like it's not working. Yeah, I'm giving it time, but I still feel the swelling in my legs. I can still feel the heaviness. So, I don't know. It's annoying. I have research coordinator's email and phone number at U of M. I had all my surgeries at U of M. I have contacts. I'm probably going back to Michigan next summer for the Mott reunion. So, I might make an appointment with my old cardiologist there, see what he has to say. I mean, if this is still happening. It's just annoying. Sometimes CHD is annoying. Let's be honest. Yeah, I have this heart defect, and most of the time I'm proud to share it. Actually, like 99% of the time I'm proud to share it. But there's just like that one time that it's like, okay, can we stop? Can you just be fine? Like, can I just be fine? Can I just not have anything happen today? Yeah. I did not mean for this video to turn this way, but just thinking about what I can't do to do anything, like to fix anything, is annoying. And I want you guys to know that, I know we all know that CHD sucks, but living with it is like good days and bad days. Like I've said before, it's a roller coaster, not a good one. It's just, there's times where it's so frustrating that you just want to not take any of your meds, just like Rich said. There's times where it's like, do I have to have a heart condition today? Can it just go away? Can it just be gone for a few hours? I don't know. Or when you get your random chest pain and you're like, oh God, this is it. I have to go to the ER. And then they tell you that you have costochondritis again. Like always. I've gone to the ER so many times when I've had chest pain, and they're like, oh yeah, have you had costochondritis before? And if I say yes, they're just going to automatically say that it's that. And I'm like, okay. You know, it's just annoying that if you say you've had this before, they're like, oh, then it's that. Okay, well, thanks. I just wasted my time. I could have told you it was that. Instead of checking it out and making sure everything's fine, you know, especially if you go to a regular ER and not a children's hospital ER. There's so many times where I've had a doctor be like, oh, so you've had these surgeries? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, okay, so what did they do? You're the doctor. Shouldn't you know that? Why should I have to explain my heart surgery to you? You're the one that should know this. You went to medical school. I didn't. I know more than you do. Like, how is that possible? I've wanted to say that so many times. But it's annoying. You know? And then, or you have people or nurses that be like, oh, you've had IVs before. And I'm like, yeah, I have. And they're like, oh, then you should be used to it. And I'm like, just because I've had IVs before doesn't mean I'm used to it. Doesn't mean it doesn't still hurt if you do it wrong. Like, I've had so many people put in an IV and then move it around, and I'm like, what are you doing? Get it right the first time. That's why I've become kind of rude in ERs. I've said to many nurses, can you get this the first time? If they hesitate or say, oh yeah, I'll be like, nope, give me someone else. Sorry. Or I hate when they're like, oh, so you've had a heart x-ray before? Yes, I have, obviously. Oh, you've had an MRI before? Yep, been there, done that. I don't know. I know they're just making conversation. It's just annoying. But yeah. Yes, thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one with the one and done. Like, get the IV the first time. It's just, oh, even my husband will tell you that I'm just the meanest person in the ER. I'm not mean. I don't want to say mean. I'm more of like annoyed. Feeling like I can do it better than you can. I don't know. Especially when the doctor's like, oh, I don't know what that heart defect is. Okay, then look it up. Why do I have to explain it to you? You're the doctor. Yes, okay, I'm glad the parents do too. Like, that's just annoying. If you're the doctor, then you should know it. Yes, I know they're not all specialized in it, but like, I don't know. I've only had one ER doctor who came to me and was like, okay, so you had the Norwood, the Glen, and the Fontan, and they did this, and this. And I was like, where'd you come from? I like looked at him like, wow, you know what you're talking about. Yeah, like explaining it, I'm like, shouldn't you know what that means? Or even, I've had this happen, okay? I went to a children's ER before, and I said that I have HLHS, and they're like, oh, okay. And they put the little stickers on for the EKG, and they go, your heart's on this side, right? No, my heart's on the same side. I don't have dexacardia. So I literally took the stickers off and put them where they're supposed to go. The lady looked at me like I was crazy. Oh, hold on, let me see. Wait, you're going too fast. Okay, scroll. I tell the nurse the same thing and no digging for myself. Yeah, digging in with an IV is just horrible. Oh yeah, my husband's, oh, I have so many stories. I like when they try to look up, it shows that they're at least trying. True, they're trying. Yes, okay. So I was one time at another ER and they had an EMT in training wanting to do IVs, and I was like, go for it. She was the best I've ever had. Like, I don't know how, I mean, I've talked to this about, to my husband, but I feel like just the regular nurses at the hospital sometimes, they're like, oh yeah, this is my job, let's just get it done. And they don't take their time. I had an EMT that took her time and got it, and it didn't hurt. It was the best IV I've ever had, and I never thought I would ever say that, but it was the best IV I've ever had. We went to the ER with 104 fever. Nurses brought other doctors, nurses to listen to each other. Oh my God. I remember going to the ER when I had the flu because I was heating up. I was like having cold sweats, and then I was heating up, and I had to have oxygen, and they're like, so you have a heart condition too? I'm like, yeah, but I'm here for the flu. Hello, I'm having fevers, cold sweats. Like, listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. But they don't listen to you. Ever. And I know a lot of you have also seen Stephanie's story. You know, they don't listen. And that's like the scariest part, is that they don't listen to you. I feel like I know myself more than anybody else is gonna know it. So why not listen to me? Yeah, sometimes I may come off rude at the ER, but I know what I'm talking about. You know? CHD just sucks. That's all I have to say. Does anybody have any questions? I know this went from talking about how to talk to your children about their special heart, to me crying, to talking about ERs. I don't know, I'm all over the place today. But if anybody has any questions, just ask. I've now cried in front of you guys, so I feel like you guys can talk to me about anything. Yeah. The dreaded, it's just a virus diagnosis. Oh, yeah. They have no clue. They have no idea what they're talking about. That's always fun. My son has paralyzed vocal cords and a leaky valve in HLHS. Do you mind me asking why your voice is so raspy? I also have paralyzed vocal cords. They think it happened after my first surgery, the Norwood, because my mom said when I would cry that it would sound like a cat crying. Whatever that means. So it was very small, you know, you barely hear me. But yes, I have paralyzed vocal cords. So I've been told I should sing, but I'm not a very good singer. In the car, I sing by myself, but you know, that's it. And I have yet to meet another person who has paralyzed vocal cords. It's kind of frustrating. I'd like to meet someone else who sounds like they're sick all the time. You know. Any other questions? Sorry, this video is so long. I did not mean for it to be almost 40 minutes. But I just had I had to talk to you guys about all of this stuff. But yeah. Thank you for letting me cry. Talk about how frustrating this is. How annoying it is. You know. Yeah, it's annoying and frustrating, but at the same time, I would have never met the awesome people that I've met. And I will never forget all those people who I talk to almost every day. Do you wish your parents would have gone into further detail? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wish they would have explained it more, I guess. But I can't go back in time, you know. I wish they would have explained it, and maybe we would have looked it up together instead of just me. Do most people with paralyzed vocal cords voice change? It all depends. Mine was so early in life that I guess I don't know anything different. You know, this is my voice, and I'm used to it. I had a friend who recently had surgery, and they damaged his vocal cords, and he's going to therapy for it now, like vocal therapy. I think his voice is coming back. I'm not really sure. But I'm used to it. This is my voice, and I don't even know what it sounds like to be normal. So I'm just kind of used to it. Yeah, good times. Oh, nice. Oh, since December just reminded me, I will be doing Christmas cards this year. So if you want me to send one to you later on this year, I know it's only it's August. Oh my God, I almost thought it was September. August. But yeah, you can message me your address and I will send it to you. I forgot to do it last year, but I'm doing it this year for sure. But yeah, sharing your emotions with everyone is endearing. Oh, I'm sorry to make you guys cry. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I don't know, I guess I have to be vulnerable to share what it's really like. It's annoying. It's frustrating. It's awesome and it's cool all at the same time. I mean, if I didn't have a heart defect, I would have never met, Rich or Stephanie or John or Brenton or Kelly or, Andre or any of these people. I would have never met, like Bailey or any of these people that, I can call friends. I can call them anytime to vent, to talk about random stuff. It's nice that I can just go message them and be like, yo, are you having this problem? Have you had this problem? It's nice to know I'm not by myself. It's nice to have people to turn to, especially when, I'll ask my mom or my dad or my husband or my sister and they're all like, I don't know. I can ask someone who's gone through it. After working at Oh, thank you. Kelsey, we went to high school together. Thank you. Like I said, I was in 8th grade when I found out how serious my heart condition was. It really freaked me out. Because, when you search online, it's not a pretty sight. That's for sure. And it still isn't. It needs to change. They need to talk to us, adults who are in their 20s and 30s, and just see how we're doing emotionally, physically, heart-wise, everything. So people know what they're looking forward to, good and bad, because everyone with HLHS is different. Like I said, I have friends who are going through way more than I am, and I have people who are not going through anything. So everything's just so different. And like I said, frustrating and annoying. So, yeah. But I'm glad that you guys all tuned in. Thank you for watching. If there's any other questions, feel free to comment and I'll make another video probably next weekend. Any of those who are in our Florida or Orlando area, send me a message. We can meet up. Next weekend, I'm meeting with Mended Little Hearts, and we're going to start setting up some events for Orlando. So if you're in the area, let me know. It was so great talking to all of you today. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Bye.